At around 7:45 a.m. on October 24th, 2025, Union City police officers responded to a report of an armed robbery. A juvenile girl saw the suspects approaching while outside her home, ran inside, and alerted her family to call police. The suspects fled the area immediately after being confronted by residents. The following day, October 25th, 2025, at about 4:20 p.m., officers were dispatched to an armed home invasion on Park Faith Lane in Modesto, involving 4 masked suspects who pointed guns at the family. Officers and detectives quickly responded and pursued the suspects as they attempted to escape.
I know channel 1033 for Mary 33.
Alright, we're westbound Glen Arbor coming to Dallas. Be pursued. All mentioned description. Rolling the stop. Northbound Dallas. Passenger in the back looks like he's getting ready to take off.
I copy westbound Glen Arbor.
Y833, all takeover comms. Alright, pit is mobilized and successful.
Get your hands up! Get your hands up, you don't move. Put your hands on top of your head now!
4 suspects, 3 juveniles aged 14 to 17, and 22-year-old Benjamin Vasquez of Stockton, were taken into custody after officers executed a pit maneuver to stop their vehicle. Multiple firearms were recovered from inside the suspect's car. At approximately 1:19 p.m. on October 24th, 2025, dispatch from Troop A reported a green Jeep Gladiator had just been stolen. Little Rock police advised that a firearm was left inside the vehicle at the time of the theft, and that the female suspect might be armed. The vehicle's location was being electronically tracked as it traveled southbound on Interstate 530, then exited at exit 10 onto U.S. Highway 167 South. Trooper Bratton soon spotted the stolen Jeep on U.S. Highway 167 near Gillette Trail, traveling about 85 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone. He caught up to the vehicle and activated his emergency lights and siren. In response, the driver shook her head, no, refusing to stop, marking the start of a high-speed pursuit.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
The chase ended when officers performed a pit maneuver, causing the Jeep to roll multiple times before coming to a stop. The driver, later identified as 36-year-old Paige Chandrell Flood, was ejected from the vehicle and suffered serious injuries. Inside the Jeep, troopers recovered a Sig Sauer 9mm handgun, which had been reported stolen, along with the vehicle. Flood was transported to the hospital and will face multiple felony charges upon her release. On October 26, 2025, around 7:34 p.m., Trooper Stephen Plyler was patrolling westbound on Interstate 40 near the 252-mile marker when he noticed a Chrysler PT Cruiser traveling continuously in the left lane, blocking traffic. After observing the vehicle ignore lane discipline, Trooper Plyler attempted a traffic stop. The driver initially pulled over to the right shoulder, But just as the trooper approached, the vehicle suddenly sped off, prompting Trooper Plyler to return to his patrol car and begin a pursuit.
Silver color PT Cruiser.
19, I'm at the 235, just letting you know.
10-4. I guess up to 247.
What's your speed?
Just about wiped out. We just about ready to go. We're back westbound. They just 1038.
The suspect's vehicle sped through Highway 38, ignoring a posted stop sign, before crashing onto the westbound on-ramp at exit 247. Trooper Plyler exited his patrol car and gave loud verbal commands for the driver to show his hands and step out. After repeated orders, the driver complied, exited the vehicle, and followed instructions to kneel and lie flat on the ground. He was taken into custody without further incident. The driver was identified as Herbert K. Thompson and was transported to the St. Francis County Detention Center, where he faces multiple charges related to the pursuit. At about 4:22 a.m. on October 23, 2025, Corporal Ben Ibarra was monitoring traffic on Interstate 630 West near University Avenue when he spotted a 1984 GMC Sierra speeding 80 miles per hour in a 60 zone. When Corporal Ibarra merged to stop the truck, it accelerated to 90 miles per hour, exited onto Rodney Parham Road, and turned north on Mississippi Avenue, reaching over 80 miles per hour while driving recklessly. Crossing Markham Street, it was clear the driver intended to flee, prompting Corporal Ibarra to activate his lights and siren and begin the pursuit.
Driving in the middle of the road. That's the red line. I got lucky, it turned green. Pretty obvious he's trying to get away from me right now. Out of my killer rod. Good. 1037 north on Mississippi, just blacked out. Be coming up to Missouri Street. It's gonna be an older model pickup. Maybe westbound on Cantrell.
You see your hands, dude. Show me your hands.
As the vehicle turned west onto Cantrell Road, Corporal Ibarra executed a successful pit maneuver, bringing the chase to an end. The driver, later identified as Vernon Jones, exited the vehicle, appearing to comply at first before resisting arrest, leading to a brief struggle before officers subdued him. Jones later admitted to having several shots of alcohol prior to the pursuit. At approximately 12:04 a.m. on October 31st, 2025, Thurston County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to an active commercial burglary near Old Highway 99 after a neighbor reported seeing a suspect inside a store attempting to steal a tractor by smashing through a door. Upon arrival, deputies found extensive property damage, a cut security gate, and a white pickup truck fleeing the scene, prompting an immediate pursuit linked to the burglary.
He's heading out towards Old 99. We're in pursuit. Move, I'm gonna grapple him.
Which way on Old 99?
We're on Gibson, approaching Old 99.
You got 3 units on the I-5 side.
Southbound Old 99, 6-7. If you can move out of the way, I can grapple him. Westbound 183rd, speeds of 70, roads are dry, he's in oncoming. No traffic.
Continue westbound 183rd, speed of 64, 67, I got traffic. Spikes, I got spikes ahead. There you go, 1213's got spikes on way here to overpass approaching case.
Spikes 183rd over, cross pass approaching case.
Continuing westbound, approaching township, speeds are 80. There you go, 1213 spikes, case 183rd.
Good spike, 183rd and chase.
Southbound Nutmeg. Got 3 K9s are in the pursuit.
K9's in the pursuit.
Chehalis Tribal Police successfully deployed spike strips, shredding the truck's tires. Moments later, a Thurston County Sheriff's Office sergeant used a grappler device to end the pursuit after just 2 minutes and 32 seconds. The suspect jumped from the truck and fled on foot. K9 Manny and his handler began tracking him when the suspect opened fire. Deputies immediately took cover, retrieved their patrol rifles, and established a secure perimeter as SWAT units responded.
Clear the car! Clear the car! I don't see him. I don't see him. Track. Car's clear. Okay. Up to the right. Which to the right? Okay. Okay. What does he look like? All camo. Okay. Brandon, let's slow down. Track him. I don't have anything. Huh? I can't. Do you want to track him? No. Manny, search him out. Search that bad guy out. Search that. Gunshot! 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 I got cover in the house! County 1 out.
County 1.
Moving.
Soon after, K9 Arco from the Olympia Police Department and his handler located the suspect hiding in dense brush. Officers attempted to negotiate with the armed man, but he repeatedly threatened them, saying, "I'll only drop the gun when I pull the trigger." After about 30 minutes of negotiation and de-escalation, the suspect surrendered peacefully. A firearm was later recovered from a nearby trash can. Investigators determined the truck had been stolen during the burglary, and the suspect had caused thousands of dollars in property damage while attempting to steal a tractor and electrical equipment. The man, a 6-time convicted felon, had prior convictions for methamphetamine distribution, possession of stolen property, fleeing police, and theft, along with 13 misdemeanors for assault, resisting arrest, and reckless driving. On Thursday, October 23, 2025, around 9:25 p.m., Trooper Whipple was patrolling Highway 10 near Interstate 430 when he spotted a Dodge Charger speeding from the opposite direction. His forward radar confirmed the car was traveling 92 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. Trooper Whipple activated his lights and siren, attempting to stop the vehicle. However, the driver refused to yield, continuing at high speed and illegally passing multiple cars over double yellow lines, showing complete disregard for public safety. The vehicle eventually came to a stop near Building 14, where the driver, later identified as Aaron Washington, jumped out and fled on foot. After a brief chase, Trooper Whipple apprehended Washington without further incident. At approximately 8:03 p.m. on October 22, 2025, Trooper Martin assisted the Springdale Police Department in a vehicle pursuit involving a Jaguar XJ8. Springdale officers had initially stopped the car on Highway 265, just north of Apple Blossom Avenue, when the Jaguar suddenly accelerated and fled the scene. Trooper Martin then became the primary pursuit unit, with Sergeant Randall Schwab serving as secondary.
Well, we're Springdale on 1037, stand by.
A short time later, Trooper Martin executed a successful pit maneuver, bringing the pursuit to an end. The driver, later identified as Steve Cooper, was given verbal commands to exit the vehicle, which he complied with before being taken into custody without incident. During a search of the Jaguar, Springdale police discovered a plastic bag containing a white crystalline substance, suspected to be methamphetamine. All evidence collected from the vehicle and Cooper was turned over to the 4th Judicial Drug Task Force for further investigation. Cooper was charged with fleeing and is scheduled to appear in Lowell Court at 9 a.m. on December 1st.
The radio was Springdale, and that's all I got now. Okay. Well, I wasn't letting you go no further, so.
At about 8:33 p.m. on October 15th, 2025, Trooper Schwab was alerted by the Drug Task Force about a vehicle heading north on Interstate 49. The driver was wanted in connection with an aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer. Schwab spotted the silver Hyundai Santa Fe near exit 69 and followed as it exited at exit 70, continuing east on Don Tyson Parkway. After passing South 48th Street, Schwab activated his emergency lights, but the vehicle accelerated away. He then turned on his siren and notified dispatch of the pursuit.
1037 Eastbound.
10-4, all units were 1063 at 834.
Traffic's light eastbound.
10-4.
TBI.
10-4.
Hand! Hand! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Hand! Hands! On the ground! On the ground! On the ground! Ground! On the ground! On the ground! Face down! Face down!
I'm with you. I got your left.
Hey, I'm gonna go cut this one. Anybody else in the car?
Fucking hear me? Stay right there. Do not fucking move. You stupid motherfucker, you hit me with your car, you dumbass.
1015 times 2. Sit up.
After a successful pit maneuver, the driver and passenger were taken into custody without further incident. The driver, identified as Percy Davis, was charged with fleeing by vehicle or conveyance, driving on a suspended license, and reckless driving. Davis was extradited and is scheduled to appear in court on the listed charges. At about 7:10 p.m. on October 17th, 2025, Trooper DeAndre Fuller was dispatched to reports of a reckless driver heading east on Interstate 30 near the 36-mile marker. Dispatch from Troop G advised that the vehicle was driving without headlights, swerving off the road, and nearly hitting other cars. They also reported a dark pickup truck that may have struck another vehicle and continued eastbound. Patrolling the area, Fuller spotted a brown Ford pickup traveling east with no headlights. He observed it drift off the roadway before regaining control. When Fuller activated his lights and siren to stop the truck, the driver refused to comply, prompting a pursuit.
12 on 97, I'm behind 17, it looks like. We're near the 40 with eastbound. He's swerving all over the road, he's still rolling.
What's up, can I help you? Boy, I'm Wood, 194, BAW 194,
returning to Claudia Rodriguez out of Mapleville on the 2019 Ford F-250 brown in color.
Where are the 42 eastbound now? Yes, there's the pistol going.
Yeah, walking on that 46 eastbound, westbound. I haven't made contact with the person that was hit. We don't know what happened to them.
Moments later, Trooper Fuller executed a successful pit maneuver, causing the pickup to spin clockwise, leave the roadway, and roll over twice before coming to rest in a wooded area. Trooper Holly Romero arrived on scene shortly after to assist in approaching the suspect.
Hey! Put your hands up! Touch the roof! Touch the roof!
You got eyes on him, I can extract him.
Yeah, I got eyes on him. Just shows one occupant. Shows to be one occupant in the vehicle.
Keep your hands up!
I'm gonna take him on this side, okay?
That'll work.
Keep your hands up! Get out!
Now!
Get out!
Get out the vehicle!
Get out!
Get out the vehicle now! Come on!
The driver, later identified as Marcelino Rodriguez, refused to comply with officers' commands and was pulled from the vehicle and taken into custody without further incident. Trooper Fuller detected a strong odor of alcohol coming from Rodriguez and observed multiple open Modelo beer bottles and cans inside the truck. Rodriguez was charged with fleeing, reckless driving, failure to wear a seatbelt, no driver's license, driving while intoxicated, and failure to use headlights at night. In the next incident, a driver tried to outrun the police, but he quickly learned that doing that in Arkansas is never a smart idea. At about 12:22 p.m. on October 14th, 2025, Sergeant Bass observed a blue motorcycle turning north onto Highway 71 from Highway 282 at a high rate of speed. He began following the bike northbound on Highway 71. At the intersection of Moat Road and Highway 71, the rider turned east onto Moat. Sergeant Bass activated his emergency lights and siren to stop the motorcycle for speeding, but the rider ignored the signals and continued fleeing at speeds over 70 miles per hour.
25, 14, 10, 24. Going on Moat Road, 71, blue motorcycle, stand by.
81 dispatch.
264, George X-ray. Stop. 237. Moat Road. Heading towards Grass.
As the motorcycle continued north on Moat Road, the pavement turned to dirt, but the rider maintained high speed, likely trying to kick up dust to block the trooper's view and make an escape. Despite the reduced visibility, Sergeant Bass stayed close behind, refusing to lose sight of the suspect. As the road curved sharply to the right, the rider lost control and crashed, landing partially on the roadway. She was thrown to the ground and tried to stand, extending her leg into the path of Corporal Bass's patrol car. Despite braking immediately, the vehicle was unable to stop in time, and the tire made contact with her lower leg. Emergency medical crews arrived quickly, and the woman was taken to Mercy Hospital, where doctors confirmed no fractures, only minor bruising and swelling. After being medically cleared, she was released to law enforcement custody and transported to the Crawford County Detention Center without further incident.
You copy me?